Hey y'all, this is Infinite Enzo and welcome to part 3 of ranking my knife collection. We're here today with our good brother Wolfman Walsh and we're going to dive into some S-class knives that are really impressive as well as some flunkies. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Feel free to check out the previous 2 episodes and let's dive right in. Okay guys, another one for 2021 that's going to be a showstopper. This is the Kizer Mini Critical. They call it the Critical Mini, but I just want to say Mini Critical, so I'm going to say that. Yep. We have black micarta scales, but the star of the show here is CPM 3V blade steel. I mean, come on y'all, that's fantastic. How many times I've wished for CPM 3V in a stock production knife. Yeah, man, I was so excited when I saw this. Very cool Warncliffe shape, just a mean shape. Yeah, this one is an easy A. It's on the borderline for me, honestly. I am going to put it in A, but
borderline for what? B
borderline
or S?
to S.
Okay.
Like it's a great knife. The action's fantastic. The closing action too. Anyway, I'm not going to ramble on. This is an A. I really love it. The Kizer Critical Mini.
Easy A.
Easy A, easy A. All right, got another shop knife for you guys coming in the D tier. The Ontario Carter Prime.
Oh, this hurts. This is my favorite brick.
It is a good brick.
It is a great brick.
So what we have here, look, this is a fantastic budget titanium frame lock. If that is what you want, it's great. I've tried to mess with this quite a bit, and again, similar to my Rat 2, I think I messed with it a little too much, and I let it cook in the oven a little bit too long, and it's not one that I carry anymore. But it's not going anywhere. I mean, okay, say Walsh wanted it, like yeah, he could have it, but there's not anybody else I'd probably let have this knife unless they were just a good friend. It has a special place in my heart just because of all the stuff I've done to it. It's been kind of an experiment for me in terms of, hey, what happens if I just do some crazy crap to it?
Yeah.
How about I put mustard on the blade and see how that looks? You know, this is my knife for that. It looks okay. We have D2 blade steel, and yeah, you know, it's good. It's fine. And so that's a D on the Carter Prime from Ontario. By the way, Ontario, I think, are one of the kind of unsung heroes of the knife world. I really like what they do. I need to own more Ontarios.
Now, I did carry this for about a week or two.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'd give it a solid C.
Okay.
I mean,
I could see that.
Like I
really.
said, it's one of my favorite bricks, and it's definitely a flick your bic type opener.
So you flip it with the thumb now?
Yeah, I do a thumb flip.
Okay.
I mean, you can, but I'm weird. I like to flick the bic. We'll put it in your D there.
Okay. Now we have a modern traditional. This is the Viper Knives Swayback. It is not. It's not much on the walk and talk. It's quite stiff, but it's just so damn pretty. We have here. Well, they were OD green micarta scales, but I actually used this knife with my dad to put up wallpaper in my daughter's room, and since then they've taken on the grime of that job, so they've turned nearly black or gray, but it's still a very handsome knife. Titanium bolsters, blade steel is M390. Viper, of course, is based out of Italy, so we have that beautiful Italian design touch that we see particularly in the crowned spines, and this continues all the way down the back spring along the spine of the blade, and a beautiful swedge there. It's just a very handsome knife, and after that job I did with my dad, I actually ended up getting him the same knife with shredded carbon fiber handles. A very handsome one. He carries that one quite a lot. This one, just for the memories and everything, is an easy A for me. The Viper Knives.
Now close it back up for me.
Absolutely.
Every time I see this knife, I go, oh, he bought a hawkbill. And you
It
open it
looks
up,
like
and
it,
then I go, oh,
yeah.
never mind. I know what that is.
Yeah, it's the way, it's a very odd shape, and it's kind of actually sits fairly wide in the pocket.
Yep.
But no, it's a great one. Oh yeah, give it an open and tell me. You can see what I mean about it being stiff though.
Yeah, it's very stiff.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, every time I see this, I go, he buy a hawkbill? Oh, no, I know what that is.
Man, my A's are a little crowded.
There, you got a lot more? Do I need to bunch those up?
Yeah. No, it's all good. We got room,
We'll
I think.
work on it.
Okay, so up next, guys. I bought this one with Walsh at Smoky Mountain Knife Works. We had a hell of a time. We were, trying to take the whole story in an hour.
We had an hour to do. If you've never been there, it's impossible to go an hour to every stand and look at every possible knife that you want to see.
It truly is. So this is the Concept Warrior. Man, I love this knife. It has a flaw, which I've repaired, but if you're going to buy one of these, let it be known there's a serious issue, and we'll talk about it. Our blade steel here is S35VN titanium bolster lock, i.e. it's just a frame lock with a cover on the top of it. The scale here, the covers are micarta. They were originally like this kind of a bright green, which I didn't like, so I dyed them purple. It's just a very handsome knife, really well done from Concept, who were a company that split off of Kaiser, actually, and we see that in a lot of designs, and I'm going to do a separate video on this one day. I'll get into that, but anyway, this is a really great knife. I'm really pleased with it. The action is honestly one of the best in my entire collection, which blows my mind. I have much more expensive knives than this, and this one spanks all of them. And look at this. I mean, just...
Well, it's the weight of the blade versus
It is. It's a thick stock.
Yeah.
So it does... It's easier to sink it down, but my God, it is a satisfying action. This one is an A tier for me. One of those ones, again, that borders on S. I can't quite give it S, but it is an easy A for sure.
Well, and it's completely unrelated. This is bigger, this is heavier, but this was kind of the inspiration, like I said, on my video for my Appalachian Drifter, because this is like a large version of a gentleman's knife.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
I was like, I want something like this.
That reminds me, actually, finish what you're saying, and let me have that back so I can mention that flaw I forgot to mention.
And so for me, so when I bought my Drifter, it's the same look. It's got the same two
bring them over a little bit. There you go. That's perfect. Yeah. The bolster design.
The bolster design, just the gentleman's knife. They're both smooth. It's just, that's what I was looking for.
So what I meant in terms of that flaw, so here's the deal, guys. The pocket clip, it does not anchor into the micarta. It looks like it does, but it actually sits flat against the micarta. And the screw here, there's a dimple on the back that sits in the micarta, and the screw goes straight into the titanium. Well, the problem here is that dimple eventually, if you, from riding in your pocket, that dimple will push through the micarta, and your clip will just kind of swing around. Really bad flaw. What I did to remedy that, and y'all might think this is a little crazy, but it's worked great. I actually just put a blob of Gorilla Glue on there. And I got this right where I wanted it, and then I just held it in place, put the screw in, and just held it for a bit. And it's not budged since. And there's no need for me to remove this pocket clip because there's no other side to put it on. They're not set up for that. So there's no need to remove it. I got it in place. I'm good. So that is the one flaw with this. If you get one of these, be on the lookout for it to start moving like that. So anyway, still an A for me, the Concept Warrior.
It's not wrong if it works.
You're right, yeah. That's a good point. All right, guys, up next. Oh, I think it's our first fixed. No, the Skinner was our first fixed blade. We got off to a resounding start on the fixed blades with the Skinner. This one's going to make up for it, guys. This is the Gerber Strong Arm. Everybody loves this knife. Come on.
Yes.
It's a fantastic knife. Oh, man, look at the abuse this bad boy's seen. This is my favorite wood prep knife, hands down. Now, it doesn't glide through the material, but boy, you can just hammer the ever-living crap out of this thing through whatever it needs to go through. So, reason I got this knife, I'm going to throw the sheath down, y'all. Reason I got this knife, I'll put the explosion sound in there.
Please.
The reason I got this knife was because my favorite YouTuber, Pete from Cedric and Ada Gear and Outdoors, he was the one that really espoused how great the Gerber Strong Arm is for the money. Made in USA, of course, and these days you can snag these on Amazon, usually for around 50 bucks sometimes if you're lucky. Really, I highly recommend it for 50. Our blade steel's 420HC, which is nothing crazy.
That astonishes me.
I know, it's the stock. The stock is so thick on this knife that you can just abuse the heck out of it. Plus, 420HC is easy to sharpen. So if you do get a chip, hopefully you don't, but if you do get a chip or a roll, it shouldn't be too much work to get it out. So that's the reason I like it. And it's just the rubberized grip. Feels fantastic in hand. The ergonomics are great. I'm not 100% crazy about this little hump right here. Anyway, I'm rambling, guys. This one's a B for me. The Gerber Strong Arm, I think it's a solid B.
Solid B. Yeah.
So,
You'll see people that complain about the handle. That's only because they haven't handled it. Well, it's a rubber handle. No.
Oh, dude, no. It's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
When you're using it, my God, yeah. All right, guys, got another slip joint here. This is a Grail slip joint. Oh, Lordy, my Northwoods. This is a knife that means quite a bit to me. I aspired to a Northwoods for the longest time. These, of course, are produced by GEC for Northwoods previously owned by Derek Bone, may he rest in peace. Great guy, great guy. I actually have a letter. He was so cool. If you ever bought a knife from him, every Christmas he would send out these letters, like these little Merry Christmas letters. Thanks so much for supporting the company. And they were handwritten letters. Like, man, what a class act. So I still have that up on the wall. So I knew I always wanted a Northwoods, but I got into them after GEC had halted production on Northwoods. I was really torn up about it. However, one day I just came across this on the bay, and somebody had it on offer for it was a little higher than it should have been, but it's still a reasonable price, and I had to jump on it.
Well, the fact that it became available.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And so this is the Coolidge Jack. Our blade steel is 1095. Our cover here is black micarta, very smooth micarta, and it's based off of the Texas toothpick in the handle, but the blade shape is much more of your classical clip point. I really love this knife. The interesting thing about these Northwoods is they have quite a thick blade stock, which is another thing that I like. I like chunky knives, but cam tang, there's no half stop, but it's a very well done cam tang. It basically kind of is a half stop, if you know what I mean. It slows down right at the halfway point. Really good walk and talk. Yeah, this is an S class for sure. I carry this one in my fifth pocket as much as possible. So that is an S on the Northwoods Coolidge Jack.
Totally agree.
Okay, we have another Rough Rider here. Now this is not a reserve, okay? And this was, when you don't get a reserve, it's kind of a hit or miss thing. Like sometimes it'll be an absolute hit. Like, the Indian thing one that you have, the Old Southwest. That thing's a hit, man. This one was not, unfortunately. It's not terrible, but it has some flaws. This is the Denim Micarta Swayback, just standard Rough Rider. The handle, okay, let's talk about the handle. Handle is great. Handle is an A, honestly. It's really well done, it's very pretty. Maybe not an A, it's a B. The handle's a B. There's some fit and finish issues. But the transitions and everything, the back spring, everything's flush. It's a well done handle. The blade is the problem here, and maybe y'all can see the blade shape is not perfectly flat. It curves up at the end. The blade grind is just all over the place. It's quite wonky. The blade steel is 440C, which is not one of my favorite steels. It's fine. I've never had good luck with 440C, and some people love it. So maybe it's just me. But again, the biggest thing's the grind. I just can't forgive that grind. It's just so wonky. But it still is a good looking knife. So I carry this on site for work sometimes. So let's see, this one's gonna be a C. Yeah, I think it's comfortably a C on the Denim Micarta work knife. Okay, moving along here. I've got a 2-for-1 deal here because these two came together. These are never sells for sentimental reasons, okay? But again, they're gonna prove that never sell does not mean good. So the sentimentality, these came in a set and they were given to my dad. I don't know by who, I have no idea. I found them in a drawer one day and he was like, oh, you can have them. Obviously he didn't care about them. Somebody went to the trouble though of putting his initials on a plate here and pinning that plate into the handle, oddly enough. Seems like a very strange way to do it. It probably came that way and they had the engraving put on there. But his initials are almost faded, but they're still there. But yeah, this thing is atrocious.
Far that just, yeah.
I barely touched it. Oh God. So we have brass bolsters. It's clearly, based off a Buck 110 pattern. Oh my God. Best steel in the market, okay? Get ready.
I'm ready.
Pakistan stainless.
Nice.
Straight from Pakistan. From the famed forges of Pakistan. This is just paper steel. Yeah, it's crap. And I did carry this for a long time, actually, before I got my Rat 2. Yeah. This is my daily carry. And it wouldn't cut an envelope.
Yeah, so you were wondering why it didn't cut anything.
Exactly. Anyway, so, okay. I will never sell it because it was my dad's at one point in time. This one came with it. It's the same thing. It's just smaller. Even worse, though. Just doesn't... Look at that. It's locked. It's locked bad. Right now.
That's bad.
F on both of these. The Pakistani twins get an F.
What a name.
I know.
I like it.
You know what? While we're in the Fs, let's just keep it rolling, guys.
Oh boy.
So this is, again, a never sell because of sentimental reasons. This belonged to my late grandfather. I never got to know the guy, unfortunately. He had passed before I was born. But he must have gotten his funky kukri from, it seems like it screams flea market to me. It's just, obviously the steel is very rusted. I'm not going to even ever try to do anything.
World's smallest kukri. I mean.
I know, it's technically not, I don't even know. I don't know what to make of it. Yeah, this is an easy F. It comes with 2 additional blades here that I don't know what they're for because they're like 1 inch long. I have no idea what they're for. Maybe if you guys know, if this is actually like, you know, is how a kukri should appear, let me know. And if you know what the blades are for, if they're a sharpening thing, I don't know, let me know. I would love to know. Yeah, it's basically a spoon at this point. So yeah, F on the...
F on the spoon.
F on the spoon. We'll leave it out so y'all can enjoy all the glory of the rust.
Made in India. Yeah, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably like legitimately made in India because you can get Indian kukris cheap, but God, that thing is ugly. On to the next one here. This one's pretty cool. This was a gift from my dad. A never sell just because it's completely unique. This was made by a guy, oh God, I'm not going to remember his name. Wolf Creek Knives was the name of his company.
I'm a fan already.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, this is straight up Walsh's alley. Here's the thing. I found this out later. This is technically a semi-custom because he made it himself on sort of a 1x1 basis. Beautiful koa wood handles. My dad got this in Hawaii while he was there. Here's the thing. This pattern is kind of a knife making pattern that you can like buy everything in the right size for. It's like a kit. It's like a kit knife. That's why it's a little upsetting, but it's still a beautiful knife. The transitions are not good. Of course, that's on the maker. That's not on the kit or whatever. But it's a handsome knife though, and with people that don't know knives, they're always really impressed with it because of how beautiful that koa is, which is undeniably beautiful. Koa is a lovely wood. Blade steel's 440C. We have a touch of up and down play, just a touch. No side to side, but that's because I have it tightened down right now. It's a liner lock. It does not flick. It is only a slow roll. But that is the Wolf Creek Knives. It doesn't have a name. It's a Wolf Creek knife. Yeah. So we're gonna give this one a D. It's fine. Well, it's not fine. It's not great, but it sure is pretty. So.
And it's sentimental.
It's sentimental, absolutely. Definitely a never sell on that one. Okay, guys. Ooh, we got a good one. We got a good one. We got a grail here. Oh yes, the Protech Sng. Oh my God, never get tired of that.
Yeah.
So a Strider design, of course, created by Protech, and I honestly, I think Protech may even do it better than Strider himself. This has been said not only by me, but by Epic Snuggle Bunny. So if y'all are not familiar with him,
great name,
the best name. That guy's knife collection is absurd, and he said he's felt that way himself. So. Don't get mad at me, get mad at Snuggle Bunny. Oh my God, that Protech action is next to none. You can close this one-handed very easily when you get used to it. No problems at all. This was originally black. I Duracoated it for this lovely coyote tan.
And you did a great job.
Oh, thank you so much, man. I'm really pleased with how it turned out, but it just has that tactical vibe that a Strider should have. Blade steel's 154 cm. It has a bit more of a reasonable stock than our standard Striders, which have a very thick stock. This is about 1/8 inch. So that is the Protech Strider Sng. It's also a G9 limited edition, but nothing's really different about it other than that stamp. So S-Class, easy S-Class. Love it. Okay, moving right along, guys. I gotta pick up the pace here. This has been absurd, and I'm sorry, but we're having fun. Up next, my only GEC titty. This is the Lick Creek Boys knife. It is a trapper, 2-blade pattern here, spay main blade, 1095 steel. A lot of sentimental value in this one. This was my first GEC, and this was back when you could still get a GEC when you wanted one, which was nice. I miss those days. We have a long pull on the main blade, and it's a nail nick on the secondary blade, which is a kind of a spear point. Just a great little knife. I love the jig bone. It's very beautiful red. This one is it's an A, definite A on the Lick Creek Boys knife. Well, where would you put it?
I don't know. I don't have any experience or handle time with that, but I was not seeing an A. So.
Ooh, okay, we got another one. This one's right up there with the Strider. And matter of fact, I'm going to say it right now. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of the Holy Trinity. The Holy Trinity, if you haven't heard that term, refers to Chris Reeve, Mick Strider, of course, of Strider Knives, and Rick Hinderer of Hinderer Knives. My Holy Trinity is a little bit different. It is Andrew Dimko, which, just wait, we haven't even gotten into the Dimkos yet, God help me. Snex Tan, who designed this mini buster, and also Strider. This knife though, Snex Tan's mini buster, oh my God. Produced by We, based on his full-size buster, which is an incredible knife. But We really did a great job, and they stayed true to his vision of what this knife should be on just a slightly smaller scale. 3.5-inch blade of 20 CV, titanium, beautifully machined handles. Just look at that. I do have a short video up on that. I'll link it up here if I remember to. Who knows? You can see straight through the knife, that beautiful portal there. And what really sticks to me about this knife, I'm bringing up the Final Fantasy thing here again.
Yeah.
First of all, he called it the Mini Buster.
Yep.
And anybody that knows Final Fantasy knows that Cloud Strife's famous sword, the most famous sword in Final Fantasy, is the Buster Sword. And it has a blade shape that is the exact reverse of this. The edge is on this side, and it swoops down from the top here. So if Cloud were to carry a knife, I expect that it would be this one. So one day I'm going to do a takedown talk on this that just really celebrates it. I haven't had the time yet, but Easy S on Snex Tan's Mini Buster, produced by We. Awesome. All right, y'all, we are going to end episode 3 of ranking my knife collection with the Snex Tan Mini Buster. Easily one of my favorites and a great one to end this episode on. So we've got one more episode, guys, and we're really going to get into some Dimkos on that episode. So stick around, keep an eye out for that to come out, and we will see you there.